Hello, it is I, Nathan Grayson of the Rock, the Paper, and the Shotgun, or Sparb Thaper Forb Gun, as it's known in the common vernacular. Today I'm going to give you a quick tour of The Floor is Jelly, a delightful puzzler that I think got unfairly overlooked when it first came out. It's a puzzle platformer. Yeah, boo hiss, but this one's worth your time, I promise. The concept is incredibly simple. The floor is made of custard, marmalade, screaming eyeball of 20th century composer Sergei Rachmaninoff. No, it's jelly, and that becomes apparent pretty much the second you start playing. The rest is explained in this simple tutorial, which, yes, is a frog. And that might seem silly at first, but it's actually an incredibly elegant way of showing how the jumping mechanic works. If you jump once, you get a little bit of air, another time you get even higher, and a third time you go really high, because of the buoyancy of the ground. And that's it. That's the base mechanic of the whole game, the one that most puzzles are structured around. The rest of the game is a wickedly elegant teacher, only faltering on a few more trial and error puzzles. Even then though, levels are small, plopping you back at the start of a room when you fail. Getting back to where you were then is rarely a hassle. Puzzles go from gentle and simple to extremely clever very quickly too. Even the easy early puzzles aren't boring by any means. They require some nice lateral thinking, as seen here. The difficulty level ramps at a quick, though even pace. Puzzles require a nice, usually even mixture of brains and raw reflexes, though I would say the game ultimately ends up skewing more toward the latter, somewhat unfortunately. Don't get me wrong though, most of the puzzles are very good, and each world introduces new mechanics and variation in spades. As for difficulty, I wouldn't say I ever felt like I couldn't pull something off, but I did get disheartened in a couple places. Basically, my progress began to look like this. But just as I was about to start making jelly out of my mouse and keyboard, muscle memory would kick in and I could just do it. The Floor is Jelly is supremely relaxing, with a soothing, gently swelling soundtrack accompanying all of your actions. Even when I found myself starting to get frustrated, the feeling just sort of went away as languid guitars and chimes lifted my mood ever upward. Sometimes I even got to join in on creating the soundtrack. Let's just sit back and listen to that for a moment. There are even occasional secrets among the game world's multiple paths. Nothing game-changing, no powers or items to unlock, but little rewarding moments. For instance, after diving deep underwater, I found this house. Hurrah! It's a bounce house, except, literally. I didn't get anything for it. It didn't unlock anything or any of that. This is pleasant. That's The Floor is Jelly in a nutshell. Pleasant. Maybe that's why so many people overlooked it when it first came out. It's a charming, quiet sort of game. It doesn't hoot and holler and add crafting and survival elements for attention. There are no explosions, or dogs, or robots, or robot dog explosions. There's not even really a story. It's just simple and satisfying. Sometimes it's nice to just bounce up and down for no reason. And in the game. All of that said, I did encounter some fairly serious glitches, including a couple that forced me to restart the game, and one that required me to delete all of my progress and start over again to get past it. Basically, heed my warning, and whatever you do, don't do this. Let us now take a moment to mourn my save file, lost to an infinite falling glitch. Good night, sweet prince. You are gifted, beautiful, and most of all, made of jelly. But The Floor is Jelly, in addition to being extremely awkward to begin sentences with, really is a marvelous game. It's elegant, joyful, and in case you haven't noticed yet, absolutely beautiful. Let's end by focusing on that. Feel free to stick around and just enjoy the view.